Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of 10 Minutes with Tele. I am so glad that you guys are tuning in, and I hope that I'm giving you guys some information or advice that is very beneficial to you. Like I told you guys in my first video, life experiences has been a great teacher for me, so whatever information that I know and that I can share, I'm going to do that. So today's topic is going to be investing in yourself. And one of the things that I would say that I've learned within these past few years of definitely being a business owner, and just even in life, like some people are so busy and so occupied with others and other things that they don't even believe that they're worth being invested in. Can you believe that? And that means you're not investing in yourself. Sometimes we neglect ourselves from getting the proper rest, maybe indulging in some of the things that we love for the sake of sacrificing. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with sacrifice. But I do want to encourage you and let you know right now that you are worth investing in. Do you hear me? You hear me, Anime? You are worth investing in. And so one of the things that I want to say even now starting off that I feel like we all as a whole should be doing is, first of all, investing in our health. I mean, these days people are leaving here and they're leaving here young, not just old, but they're leaving here young. And I want to make sure that I make the best out of my life. And so I personally had to make a change as it related to my health, making sure that I was going to the doctor, making sure that I changed my diet, making sure that I was eating right. You want to make sure that you're taking care of yourselves, guys. We only have one body. So we want to make sure that we're investing in our health, making sure we're taking vitamins, making sure we're drinking our water, making sure we're eating vegetables, all the stuff that your mama was trying to make you do when you was little and you was like, get that out of here. But listen, you want to make sure that we're taking care of our bodies and our physical selves. And not only just our physical selves, we want to make sure that we're taking care of our mental health. I mean, mental illness is such a real thing, and I would never try to make that seem like it's not important or diminished. But I want us to make sure that we're taking time out for our own personal sanity. And as it relates to that, that may mean we need to get out of certain circles. We need to not so much cut off certain friends, but maybe we need to entertain new energy, new people, get in some new circles. Who are you around? Are they motivating you to be better? Are they challenging you to do more with your life? Or is everybody just sitting around doing nothing, complaining about things we want to change, but then we're not putting the effort to change it? So you might want to do things like that. If you need to maybe have a spa day, do that. Whatever you need to do to make sure that your health is okay. And the other thing about mental health too, invest in a therapist. Listen, for your own sanity. You know, I know that it's kind of looked down on and has been looked down on for years, especially in the African American community. But having a therapist, there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. That does not mean you're crazy, you're ready to be in a straitjacket. What it means is you realize that there are some things really going on and you want to get a hold to it. And a therapist that is skilled in the area of how our mind works can help you with realizing what certain triggers are. I am all for going to church. I am a believer myself. I am an advocate for getting prayer and hands laid on you. But listen, sometimes that's not the complete answer. We may need to talk to Jesus and talk to a therapist. So if you can afford that and put that in your budget, and you'll be surprised, some people's insurance cover it. So, you know, don't misuse it. But if there is seriously a problem, it is totally okay to invest in a therapist, okay? Like even these days, we have people who are caring for loved ones, and our body doesn't even know how to deal with stress. It shows up in many different forms, whether it's high blood pressure, whether it's heart palpitations, anxiety. These are all of the reasons why I say talk to a therapist and have some me time for yourself. Go on a vacation. And if you can't do a vacation, do a staycation. Drive maybe an hour or two away from your home and just rent a room. And if you absolutely can't do that, well then take a weekend. If you have children, try to give them to grandma or somebody, but unplug your phone, get off of social media, because sometimes us feeding ourselves what everybody else is doing. And if you already find yourself in the thicket in your life, you kind of be like, oh, this is the pits. But listen, don't focus on all of that stuff. Unplug from that, get you some candles, light them, get you your favorite snack, binge watch on Netflix, but do whatever is necessary for your mental health. These are ways that we should be investing in ourselves. Another thing that I think that we should do as it relates to investing in ourselves is staying educated. That doesn't necessarily mean going to school. If that's what you want to do and get your degree, then go for it. But somebody like me who's already operating in a trade, me staying educated means I go to the trade shows where I learn different hair cutting techniques, hair coloring techniques. I learn about different products, and I stay current on the different trends, because being in the beauty industry, this stuff change all the time. And if I want to stay relevant, I have to continue to educate myself so that I can continue getting this coin, okay? I ain't ready to retire yet, but let me tell you something. I have to make sure that I stay educated in my field as things change. If you're a tax accountant, it makes sense for you to continue to stay educated as these tax laws change. You know, it helps me a great deal when I come and get services from you, when you can keep me educated and abreast on the things that are happening as it relates to me and my business, where I need to put my money, where I may need to invest, what I need to write off. And when you're educated on that stuff, it helps us a great deal. If you work in the technological field, you know, technology is changing. It seems like every freaking second, like, oh my goodness. And so you want to make sure that you're staying educated as it relates to your field. So important. That is a great way of investing in yourself. Let's read more. Let's cut the TV off. Let's make sure we're investing in ourselves, making sure that we are staying positive, like motivating ourselves. Like, we should be able to motivate ourselves. Like, some of the things that we want to do, we can't always look for outside affirmation or outside approval. I'm not saying that those things are bad, because there are seasons where a little word of encouragement from somebody else may just be the boost that you need. But we do have to get mature enough to know how to encourage ourselves. And I believe sometimes God will put you in seasons where everybody is silent but Him, and He's making you aware of what's in you, and you learning how to encourage yourself. So let's make sure we're investing in ourselves as it relates to that. And then the last thing that I want to leave you guys with as far as investing in ourselves is making sure we're paying ourselves. Now, some may say, I have a job and I get a check. Yeah, but I know some of us live on budgets, which is great. But in that budget, are you paying yourself? Do you have some type of money set aside for when you get older? I'm not talking about when you plan on getting Social Security. And truth be told, I don't even know if Social Security gonna be around by the time I turn 65, you know. And so I want to make sure that I'm being smart in my youth with my money. So you may want to talk to a financial advisor, maybe look into an IRA Roth. If you can create some type of 401k for yourself, savings bonds, trust funds, CDs, mutual funds, whatever you can figure out between what works best for you and with your financial advisor's advice, it makes sense to start now to pay yourself for later on. I do not want to become ready to retire and I'm living a certain lifestyle because I'm working, but then I got to scale back because I can't afford it. So no, I'm gonna be smart right now, and I'm going to invest in myself. And that being said too, let's invest in life insurance policies. I'm not going to bash GoFundMe, because whoever created that had a big heart and they were trying to help. But what makes me sad is when people have to do GoFundMes because we did not plan. When you're young, life insurance policies and premiums are cheap, because at the time, hopefully your health is in a good state where they're not charging you a whole lot of money. But then when you wait till you get sick and you're trying to get life insurance, the premiums go up. So let's do better with that. You know, we be Gucci'd up, Fendi'd up, Louis Vuitton'd up, driving these cars with these rims on it, but then we got to do a GoFundMe to bury you. That's not cool. So let's be responsible and make sure we're investing in ourselves and our families by having a life insurance policy, because it's not just about burying you, which is a huge part of it. Listen, your family is grieving because you left here, and now they're stressed out trying to figure out how to put yourself in the ground and pay for all of your expenses that you've left behind. So let's make sure We're more responsible as we're paying ourselves, we're saving for our futures, and we're thinking about our families by preparing and having life insurance policies, guys. Like, these are so important, and I feel like these are all things that we all can invest in, and it'll just make our lives better and our families' lives better. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of 10 Minutes with Tele, and I will see you guys next Monday. Have a good one.